2.1, number 11. Every relation is a function. No, a relation is any pairing. A function has to be a, can be one-to-one or many-to-one, but it can't be one-to-many. For some x, it can't go to many y values. So, is every relation a function? No. The ones that are, all the ones except the ones that go one-to-many. 13. If there's no domain specified, then the domain is all real numbers. All real numbers that we can plug into the function. So not necessarily all real numbers. We're going to try to do all real numbers, but if the function is undefined for some real numbers, then the domain would have to be restricted to less than the real numbers. Images of the domain. Images are what comes out. If you say, what's the image of 4? That's like saying, what is f y value when we plug 4 in for the x value? So the images of the domain are the range. What each domain element is mapped to. That's called its image. So we're getting the range values. And this helps us find the slope in calculus, and it's called the difference. We're subtracting, and down here we're subtracting x plus h minus x. We're subtracting on both of them, so it's called the difference quotient. Because then we have to, after we subtract here and subtract here, then we divide. And that's quotient. It's a tool for calculus, and so we study it in pre-calculus. Y equal f of x. Is it implicit or explicit? Implicit's something like when I write the equation of a line like 2x plus y equals 3. So we haven't solved for y. This is called implicit. But if I were to solve this for y and get y equals negative 2x plus 3, then that's explicit. When we have y equal our function, when we solve for y, it's called an explicit formula. If we haven't solved for y, one that's harder to solve for y is like our circles. X squared plus y squared equals 25. That would be an implicit formula. If you solved it for y, it would be an explicit formula. Okay, if less than ninth grade education produces $18,000 and so on and so on and so forth, this relation, a function, and it's all one-to-one, and so it is a function. It's not one-to-many. Is this a function? Well, if you put an x in, you're going to get a y. Not 2 y's or 3 y's, so this is a function. It's not one-to-many. So is this a function? Well, if you put in something into here that's allowed, that gives you a positive value, like, say, negative 2, so then we'd have 1 minus negative 4, which is 1 plus 4. We'd have the square root of 5, but then we have to do plus square root of 5 and minus the square root of 5. So for that x of minus 2, we're going to get 2 answers out. So we're going to have 1 going to many, and so this is not a function. If I put 9 in for x, I'm going to get 3 or negative 3 for y. So I'm going to have 9 going to 3 and to negative 3, and so that's one-to-many, and it's not a function. If I put x's into this one, I will, every time I'll get a different number for y for different x's, and so this, it will be one-to-one, and it is a function.